Do you know that there are several obstacles that robs people off from being blessed, from becoming what they are destined to become, from excelling, standing out, be outstanding? Obstacle number 1 is an unteachable spirit. Tẹ́ bá ti rí ẹni tí ò fẹ́ kẹ́kọ̀ọ́, tí ò fẹ́ gbẹ́kọ̀ọ́, tó bá ṣe ń yí sódò lá máa yí ẹ sókè, tó bá ṣe ń yí ẹ sébè lá máa yí ẹ síporo. The person refused to learn. Anybody that refused to learn by information will learn by experience. And to learn by information is better. To learn by experience is bitter. The bitter pills of experience is delicate in a man's experience in life. Life is too short to live your life in a way that wàá máa gba àpá oríṣiríṣi, scars all over your body because you are not teachable. An unteachable spirit is an unwillingness to change. Millions of people refuse to implement new and vital information as it is available because they refuse to learn. They'll be so rigid, so determined, so adamant. And rigidity is an energy of a fool. If you want to succeed in life, you must be teachable, receptive to information, and tell yourself, I can't continue like this. I must work on myself. I must change my attitude. I must change my character. I will never, never, never stay in status quo or say, that is me. Bí mo ṣe rí nìyẹn, mi ò lè change. Rigidity is the energy that a fool puts in something that is not going to be productive at the end of the day. I've seen men that are rigid. I've seen women that are rigid. The works of their hand, their business, even ministry is dying like this. Kò sérò mọ́, gbogbo wọn ti lọ, kò ní wisdom láti manage èèyàn in the ministry. Ó ṣe business, àwọn èèyàn ń lọ, wọ́n bínú lọ, kò ní wisdom láti manage èèyàn in business. Children, wọ́n ti kúrò ńlé, kò ní wisdom láti manage children. Marriage, the wife ti park, ó ti lọ, no wisdom to manage home. And he's still saying everything is fine, everything wa okay, kò sí nǹkan, church ń grow, kò sí nǹkan, everything is fine. Unteachable spirit stunts your growth. Unteachable spirit makes you stagnant, makes you unproductive, makes you unresourceful and resultful. Do you know God did not say my people are destroyed because of demons? Nope. He says my people are destroyed because they lack knowledge. Not knowing is not the main thing. Applied knowledge is knowledge. Somebody said, I know how to drive. Bọ́sì nínú mọ́tò, ṣáná sí mọ́tò, ó yá move. My people are destroyed not because of demons, because they lack knowledge. Knowledge that you have or something you know and is not applied is foolishness. So knowledge applied is knowledge. A wise man will hear and will increase in learning. It takes wisdom to be teachable, to continue to be teachable, to continue to learn. You stop learning, you start dying. I'm still a student of life. I'm under tutelage of a lot of wisdom because I want to learn. I don't want to be obsolete. I don't want to be old school. I don't want to be archaic. I want to be 24 hours on point. That is the essence of knowledge. Each generation will not pass you by. Each generation will not tell you you don't know what you are doing. Each generation will not cut you off. Do you know some parents, they don't even know what is going on? Can I explain something to you? Mama, it's not too late to learn. It's not too late to listen. You can go for adult education. Kò sẹ́ṣẹ̀ ń bẹ̀. Tá a bá ti lọ́pọlọ, tá a bá kú, tá a bá ṣì wà láyé a lè kẹ́kọ̀ọ́. Listen to me. Wisdom is the ability to learn from other people's mistakes and not learning from your own mistakes. I've seen so many people that gbas gbos wọ́n kàn máa learn by experience ṣá. Wọ́n mọ̀ pé ṣé ni yóò wá fẹ́ kẹ́kọ̀ọ́ ni, ẹni yóò fẹ́ gbọ́n ni. Àtẹ́ni yóò bá dẹ̀ ti gbọ́n á máa gbọ̀n kiri ni. Experience is learning from your own mistakes. Wisdom is learning from other people's mistakes. Gbọ́ mi, Yorùbá ní ẹni tó jìn sí kòtò ó kára yòókù lọ́gbọ́n. The moment you are always wanting to learn by your mistake, o ti ṣẹ́yún kìíní, o ṣẹ́ kejì, o ṣẹ́ kẹta, wọ́n ti jà ẹ́ lólè ara, wọ́n jọ ẹ́ lórí ẹ lólè ẹ̀mí, eléyìí parọ́ fún ẹ, ó gbá ẹ, ó gbowó ẹ lọ. And you want to continue like that? Please don't continue like that. Learn wisdom, and the way to learn wisdom is to listen to Shematters and other wonderful, powerful, amiable programs. Ṣé amiable wà no program ṣá? Ẹ kàn mọ̀ pé mo fẹ́ kọ́ ẹ mọ̀ pé Fresh FM is the best ni. My name is Olufunke Adetuberu. This is Shematters on Fresh FM. It's an understatement to say I celebrate all my listeners. You need to hear so many people that say, I'm an ardent listener. I listen. Mama Connie, tó bá ti kan time Shematters. Kò sí nǹkan tí mò ń ṣe, mo máa fílẹ̀ ni. Mo ń sáré lọ gbọ́ nìyẹn. Ọkọ mi mọ̀, àwọn ọmọ mi mọ̀. I celebrate all of you. You are simply the best. On behalf of Dr. Ayefele, the man behind the scene of Fresh FM Nigeria, shaking the scene, on his behalf, I welcome you to Shematters, and I want you to know that Dr. Ayefele's vision is living a life that he desires to live. He's living a life that people will always make reference to. Fresh FM Nigeria, Oti Daraba. I celebrate you, my brother. Well done. Thank you for giving yourself to be used for humanity. You know how many people listen to radio? You know how many people that will just laugh and laugh? Oh my God. Tuesday, EOB, Anyinka Efele, oh dear Lord. Even me, Timba me say Makpada Logbo, because it's always making me to laugh. The first few minutes is just effort to do, so powerful. Thank you, my brother. You are giving your best, and I pray that God will give you long life and make you eat the fruits of your labor in sound health, sound mind. Wow. I started something last week and I said I will continue. If you missed last week's episode, follow me on Instagram. My handle is Funke Adetuberu. Or go to my YouTube channel, Funke Adetuberu. Subscribe and like and listen to Shematters of last Sunday. The reason is clear. I have said a lot about single parenting. Somebody asked a question and I broke it down to 3. That to be a single parent, it could be because of the death of your spouse. I've flogged that deeply, the death of a spouse. I said single parenting is broken into 3 parts. Some became single parent because they lost their spouses. Some is because of divorce and separation. I'm going to flog that. Then the last one is, okay, I just got pregnant. I cannot abort. I have to be a single parent. No father figure. The man, I don't even know the man I'm pregnant for. Or the man just say, whoa. Mo níyàwó ńlé ò lè wá dálé mi rú, ìyàwó mi ò gbọ́dọ̀ gbọ́. Ó dẹ̀ jápa bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn, and that's it. And you have to carry the child, and just face life and handle the child. Let me take the question back so I can continue from where I stopped. The question of this woman was the one that took me to last week's episode, and I'm continuing this week because of the weight. I said single parenting is a unique assignment. It is sensitive. It is so delicate that if it is not well managed, is not well handled, the children that this woman is asking question about will not do well. And there is no way one will raise a child single-handedly, and when you are supposed to be eating the fruit of your labor, to be able to enjoy the fruit of your works, sacrifices, tearful seed, tearful paying of bills, owó cooperative, owó mi lè lọ ṣe nǹkan tó yẹ káwọn ẹgbẹ́ mi ṣe torí pé mo láti san owó school àwọn ọmọ mi, ó wà ń bẹ ọ̀sẹ̀ mi ò lọ o, aṣọ ẹbí ẹ má bínú nǹkan tí n bá ní ni máa wọ̀. A lot of people have done that, been through that, and yet they now miss the beauty, the reward and award of having to raise their children single-handedly and still not turning out well. This woman asked me a question. You're going to listen to it again. I played it last week, and I saw that question as loaded. It's a question every reasonable person who finds herself or himself raising children alone should ask. Yorùbá lẹ́ni tó bá béèrè ọ̀nà ló fẹ́ mọ̀nà, ẹni tó bá béèrè ló fẹ́ di ọ̀rọ̀ gbọ́. Tí a bá dẹ̀ rí ẹni tí ó yé láti béèrè, láti mọ ìdí ọ̀rọ̀, láti tẹ̀síwájú, ó yẹ kí ẹni yẹn kó máa dúpẹ́ pé òun rí ẹni tó máa fún ní òdodo ọ̀rọ̀ ni. Ìdí nìyẹn tí mo fi máa ń sọ pé it's always good to learn by other people's experience, not your own. At least your own experience is not good though. I want you to listen to the question so I can take the part 2. If I don't finish it today, I will still finish it next week. But this topic is a special edition for special people, unique people, that they are asking questions, that their minds are probing. How do I raise my children well, despite the fact that life has done me bad by death, losing my husband, losing my wife, by divorce, separating from my husband, from my wife, by having a child outside wedlock and the father is not even looking back to accept the paternity of the child. How do I enjoy the benefits, the blessings of raising my children, and in my old age I'm not suffering, I'm not crying, I'm not raising kids that are on drugs, I'm not raising kids that are pregnant as I was pregnant in primary school, in secondary school, in university? How do I raise a child that at the end of the day our own husband, his own wife will abandon him, abandon her, and say, well, you continue to perpetuate a generational pattern? How am I going to cope having to single-handedly raise my children because of the circumstances of life? And I said it last week about the fact that there are 3 ways in which you can become a single parent: death of the spouse, divorce or separation, and of course having a child outside wedlock. So I'm going to take the second part today, but I want you to listen to that question, because this beautiful question is the one that brought about my answers. Listen, please.
Good evening, ma'am. Please, ma, as a single mother, what are the good things, the done and don'ts to do in the presence of your kids, or that your kids are supposed to be aware of as a single mother?
Thank you so much. That question, my sister, it has battered almost a book. If I have to put this one down for people to listen, that's a book on its own. Probably I'll make a book out of it. But let me say this. The moment a child is from a broken home, a marriage that has failed. Now, when I say marriage failed, you cannot blame yourself for a failed marriage. It takes 2 people to be married. If one is trying to make it work and the other one is not making it work, it's going to be a serious challenge. So when we are talking about marriage breaking, we are not passing blame. There are some women that has no capacity to love, There are some men that has no capacity to love. They don't love. They cannot love. They just want to marry and do whatever they like. And marriage is hard work. Good marriages are not found on the street. Marriage is a risk. So I've seen men and women that are taking risk, and the risk is not reasonable. They end up separating. So when it comes to dealing with issues of conflict, separation, divorce and all, we cannot blame anybody. But we blame it to foundation. I said that a lot last week. We blame the foundation. We blame the upbringing. We blame parenting. We blame people that has passed the baton of dysfunctional home to us. And that's why there's no price that is too high to pay and to pain. There's no effort that is too big or too small to put in a relationship to make it functional. Let me digress here. If you are listening to me today and you are still under the roof of each other, pay the price and paying the price. Sacrifice o ẹ jọ̀ọ́ torí ayé àwọn ọmọ tẹ́ ẹ bí yìí lẹ fẹ́ dànù, ẹ fẹ́ dà ọ̀nà wọn rú. If you are not open to this truth, ṣe mọ̀ tí mo ti sọ gbogbo last week, àwọn èèyàn ní ọ̀rọ̀ ọkọ àti ìyàwó, mo tún sọ ọ̀rọ̀ àwọn ọmọdé tẹ́ pé àwọn àgbàlagbà fẹ́ máa molest. Bó ṣe rí tí àwọn ọmọ yín bá wá láti ilé tí ètò wà, ọ̀nà wọn ò lè dàrú. Ọ̀dọ́ á ṣe ọ̀dọ́, ọ̀nà ọ̀dọ́ máa ń yọ̀, ṣùgbọ́n wọ́n á padà. Torí pé kí ni, kò ní sí ibi tán máa bá sí láti hùwà burúkú àbí láti kùnà ní ìrìn àjò ayé wọn. So please do everything to make sure that your children are on point, because two of you have made up your mind that the teamwork will make the dream to work. You want synergy, you want oneness. Please, ẹ má yẹ̀ lọ́nà yẹn. Ẹ dúró síbẹ̀ torí ọjọ́ ogbó, àsìkò kan máa wà tí eyín kò ní fọ́ egungun mọ́. Àsìkò kan máa wà tí ojú máa wò bàlùbàlù. Àsìkò kan máa wà tí bọ́dì ò ní ṣe é gbé. Àwọn ọmọ yìí ló máa gbé bọ́dì wa. Náà máa jẹ́ ká lè jẹran tó rọ̀. Wọ́n á ní màmí màá sè á rọ̀, dáàdì ẹ jẹ́ kó rọ̀ dáadáa, kẹ́ ẹ fi èrìgì kẹ́ ẹ fi jẹ. Ẹ má wọ̀rì, màá ní kán wá gbé yín, màá ra kẹ̀kẹ́ fún yín. Torí àwọn kan máa gbógbógbó bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn. Ṣé ọmọ tí a ò bá tọ́jú dáadáa, tí a ò fi ìfẹ́ hàn sí, tá ti lu màmẹ́ tójú ẹ ti fọ́ àbí tó yíbò, tá ti lu ara wa, tá ti yaṣọ mọ́ra wa lára, tá ti lọ fi ìgò fọ́mọ́tò bá dádì ń ta, ṣérò àwọn ọmọ yẹn náà máa wá tọ́jú wa lọ́jọ́ ogbó. Ẹ jẹ́ ká roore o. I'm passionate about family system. Now, let's go to the issue of single parenting by separation or divorce. Ṣé rí gbogbo àwọn ọmọ bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn pátápátá, they behave like a pendulum. Wọ́n máa ń swing ni. Èní wá dá, ọ̀la wọn ò ní dá, ọ̀la wọn á yóde, ọ̀tún làwọn á mu drugs, ìjọ mẹ́rin wọ́n ń bọ̀, ọ̀tún wọ́n á máa behave bí ẹni tí nǹkan kan ń ṣe, because they are extremely lonely, isolated and afraid. They swing into different extremes. You hear them, I'm an extremist. Tó bá máa bínú, àbí sódì. Tó bá máa yọ̀, ayọ̀ sódì. Wọ́n tún máa ní ìbínú, extreme anger. They are into so many things. And honestly, those children, naturally ni mò ń sọ yìí o, tẹ́ bá gbọ́ mi last week. These are natural things that flows with children that comes from a dysfunctional home. I'm sure the woman that asked me this question, she must have been noticing some things in her children. You know the joy of daddy, I love my daddy, I love my mommy, daddy I love you, mommy I love you, jump on them, play with them, my daddy, my daddy, my daddy, my mommy, my mommy, my mommy. You don't know the joy that children have by being boastful, being proudful of their parents together. The moment there's a disorderliness, one is out of order, what happens is, number one, those children, whether we like it or not, they find themselves getting to a particular age and not making a right decision in marriage. Some of them will say, me, they married. If this is marriage, I can't be married. But you know what? They will still look for love. They can't be married. What about feelings? What about erection? What about sexual feelings? What about menstruation? What about ovulation? They will still have feelings. But you see them going in and out of relationship until they reach the age of 28, 39 or 47. Suddenly, wọ́n wá rí pé ẹ gbà mí, mi ma lè fix life me. I have many of them that talks to me every day. Some guys has told me, I'm still going to address that one of the days, they don't know how to propose to a woman. I'm telling you the truth. 47, 48. Mani tí bóbìnrin sọ̀rọ̀, wọ́n láwọn ò lè bóbìnrin sọ̀rọ̀. Ṣé ọmọ tí ó bá ní self-esteem? Are you getting me? You listen to that of last Sunday. Is a child that is built in an environment of love, of commitment, of care, attention, understanding who that child is. That is a child that will be bold enough to say, I want to marry, or to be bold enough to face a child. A man shared a story with me that made me to almost cry. He said that his dad and the mom, they were separated. So the boy was raised by his dad. He said, my daddy was tough. My daddy was a bully. He would beat me. He would do everything. Oh my God. He said from age 7 till about 18, 19, 20, 25, he was still bedwetting. He said the daddy would disgrace him. The daddy would do everything. He said he has shame. There's always hiding. He said throughout university, he was still bedwetting. He said, Ma, I left university. I would look for diaper to wear, so that at least if I wee, and I'll wake up early to go and flush it and throw it away and all of that. He said, Ma, I'm 47. Have never opened my mouth to talk to a lady that I want to marry the lady. And my father that abused me so badly is dead. Listen to me carefully. If you know that your life has been somehow, please stop it from your children. Don't let your children continue the evil that you have done. Don't encourage them. Don't destroy children's life. Mo gbàgbọ́ pé some of us is late to realize it. That's the essence of this program. Can you stop perpetuating and continuing this kind of thing? It's very wrong, because your own has been like this. Now the man is dead. The boy is useless. The young man is useless. I told him, I said, you have to take your life back. That is the effect of marriage that is separated or divorced. These are the children. They will not be able to catch a niche for themselves. They can't fix themselves. They don't even know when to put caution in their lives. They are in pain and confused, and they are adults. So they are looking like an adult, but it's only on the surface. Inside them, small boys. That's why you see them drink, they smoke, they look at their peers and see, I wish I could be like him or her. They want to identify. They have identity problem. Listen to me, if you're a single parent, but these are the things you are expecting. These are the ways your children, your kids will be behaving. This is their internal problem. Mo ṣì fún wọn síta fún yín nìyẹn o. Mo dẹ̀ dàbí pé kí n jọ mo lówó. Àbúdé ẹ̀ pé mo wish kò jẹ́ bàbá alágbáyá ló máa bí mi. Àbí bàbá tàmẹ́dò. Àbí, you just want to belong to the Jones and the Joneses. And you can't be it. They pretend. They hide. They cover up because they want to be long and they cannot be long. And honestly, they are the children, if you look at them inside, they say, mo wish kẹ́ni rínú mi á rí pé mo fẹ́lẹ́ mi ò lé, I'm light. Because on the inside, their emotional wounds ó ti kọjá egbò, ó ti kẹ̀ emotionally. They are the ones tó yẹ pé wọn lè ever love ìyàwó wọn àbáwọn ọmọ wọn deeply. They can't love because they have been damaged. I've said it before, every child comes to this world blank. Every child comes to this world blank, open. And when they come into the world blank, it is what to play back. It's like having a phone. Tabako sentora phone, we are not install anything, Siri. You are going to be the one doing all the installations. The same thing with your laptop. The same thing with your iPad. You have to store the things that you need on that phone. The same thing. So every child that is from a dysfunctional home, it is what to store there. Separated home. When I say dysfunctional, don't get me wrong. You can be with your husband and your children are very dysfunctional. That's why I'm not talking about that now. Mo ń sọ̀rọ̀ nípa àwọn tó yẹ pé wọ́n nípa ìpínyà. Mo ti sọ ikú tẹ́lẹ̀. Nípa ìpínyà ìjà. Ẹ̀yin méjèèjì ẹ pínyà. Nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ nìyẹn pé àwọn ọmọ yín wọ́n á kàn dàgbà ní ṣùgbọ́n wọn ò gbó. Àwọn ọmọ yín wọn ò lè fẹ́ràn àwọn ọmọ tiwọn náà torí pé wọn ò rí ìfẹ́. Wọn ò rẹ́ni tó display love. Now I'm saying this to everyone. Maybe you are a single parent or you are raised by single parents. I'm taking you to a place to trace it. Mo fẹ́ kó mọ gbòǹgbò ìkorò, gbòǹgbò ìṣòro, gbòǹgbò kí ló dé gan. Mi lè love àwọn ọmọ mi. Màá kàn gbá wọn, màá kàn fi wọ́n lẹ̀, màá máa sọ̀rọ̀ sí wọn. Ẹ mọyì àwọn teenagers tó ti bá mi sọ̀rọ̀ lọ́sẹ̀ yìí. Ipe my mother is insensitive. My mother will just talk anyhow. She will call me names. He will call me names. Check where your mother is coming from. Check where your daddy is coming from. They are from dysfunctional home, monogamy or polygamy. But if they are now raised by single parents, èmi ò mọ̀ bí èèyàn ṣe lè gbin àlùbọ́sà kó kẹ́fọ́ o. Èmi ò mọ̀ bí igi búburú ṣe lè so èso rere o. That's why I'm saying what I'm teaching us today is for you to be intentional about working on yourself. Má sọ pé ó ti parí nìyẹn. Me, I don't say ó ti parí o. You will work on yourself. Your background should not put your back on the ground. They may give back to you anywhere. Ìwọ fúnra rẹ̀ ló máa sọ pé láyé màá tún tèmi yàn. Look at Joseph. Joseph came from a dysfunctional home. Ilé olórogún ló ti wá. Àwọn ẹ̀gbọ́n ẹ̀ ló tà sílé Pọ́tífà tó fi lọ ẹ̀wọ̀n láti ilé Pọ́tífà. Ṣùgbọ́n ó sọ fúnra ẹ̀ ní pé màá yàtọ̀. So there is no reason for you to remain in this thing I'm saying. Please hear me now. Pé it's true. Torí mommy àti daddy wọ́n separate. Torí pé forget that one. It's an alibi, unnecessary excuse that would truncate your life. Wọ́n sọ pé torí ẹ̀ náà ni mo ṣe ń sleep around. Torí ẹ̀ náà mo ṣe ń ṣe jákujàku. Forget that one. Never. Don't say that again to yourself. I don't care where I came from. What is important to me is how am I going to end my life? What am I going to do with my life? Am I going to remain in the mud, in the well of my parents? No. So what I'm saying is for you to be aware. Mo fẹ́ kí nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ kó yé ẹni. So tó bá ti ń ṣe wàá máa ṣiṣẹ́ lórí ẹ̀ níkọ̀ọ̀kan. Healing and recovery is like peeling an onion. Láwẹ́ la máa ṣí. Tó bá dẹ̀ ti ń ṣe o ti ń ṣí nìyẹn. Tó bá ti ń ṣe o ti ń ṣí nìyẹn. Ó lè dùn ẹ́ tó bá ń ṣí. But don't let it be there. Rigidity is an energy of a fool. Don't give alibi. But I can't love my husband. I can't love my children because I was growing up and nobody is loving me. I know. It's part of the result of being raised by a single parent in a dysfunctional way. You find it difficult to grow, to bond. You distance yourself. You keep drifting out of life because you've never been bonded to any parent. A child that is raised by a single parent cannot be bonded to his dad or his mom because they are fractions. A lè láti sọ pé mo like mommy mi, mo like daddy mi. Àwọn méjèèjì, because a child comes to this world being suspicious. That's why tẹ́ bá fọmọ sínú yàrá a máa ní òkùnkùn. Àwa náà tó a máa sọ òjújú mi mọ̀ bóyá wọ́n ṣe ń sọ láyè sí. Children grow with fear, so they are suspicious about everything. So that suspicion, if it's now emphasized by your reactions, children that are raised from this or by a single parent, you notice now, wàá kọra ṣáni, wàá fìbínú nà, wàá fìbínú ṣe nǹkan kan tó yẹ pé ọmọ yẹ kó ṣe kó mójú ká ẹ mójú kúrò, ojú ò ṣe mú kúrò. It goes on and on and on and on. Àti fẹ́ràn ọkọ èèyàn àbí ìyàwó èèyàn ó máa difficult, because the problem is every child like that wọ́n máa ń detach ni, and they are fearful in their relationships. Ṣé nǹkan tí dáàdi ṣe fún mi, bí dáàdi ṣe fi mọ́mì sílẹ̀, bí mọ́mì ṣe fi dáàdi sílẹ̀, ṣé wọn ò ní ṣerú ẹ̀ fún mi? Those children have trust issues. They don't trust. I've told us, children from a dysfunctional home, there are 3 things that you know with them. They don't trust, they don't talk, and they don't feel, because the secret must be kept. And those are the children that have so much secrets. Even when they are getting married, they lie about their age, they lie about their success, they lie about their parents, they lie because they have to mask. That is the effect of being raised by single parents. It's not supposed to put your back on the ground, don't get me wrong, because a lot of people will say mo ti jẹ́rìí ẹ̀yin tẹ́ máa ń gbọ́ mi, ẹ máa ń farabalẹ̀ gbọ́ mi ni. Tẹ́ bá miss any of the episode, ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ padà lọ sórí Instagram. My handle is funkeadetuberu. Go and join me now. If you go on YouTube, you will listen to the missed episode. Funke Adetuberu is my handle, because a lot of people have been asking me báwo mo ṣe lè gbọ́ ẹ̀rí tẹ́ ṣe last week. On my YouTube channel, Funke Adetuberu. Like and subscribe to my YouTube channel and listen. They are the children that feels everything in their life is perfect until they begin to raise children. Wọ́n rí pé àwọn ọmọ tí mo bí yìí ó mà ti ń mu nǹkan. Parents, let me say something about drugs. Children are deep in drugs now. Ẹ̀yin òbí ẹ̀dẹ̀ fúra o. I'm thinking one of these episodes I'm going to bring a clinical psychologist. We've been missing each other. I'm just trusting that I'll be able to pin him down to talk about the level of drug taking amongst our youths. Ẹ̀yin òbí ẹ fúra o. Ìfúra lògùn àgbà o. Pápá òfúra, pápá jáná àjà òfúra àjà jìn o. Ẹja fúra o. Gbogbo àwọn youths wa. I don't want to be mentioning some of these things, but some of them are addicted to ordinary cough mixture. They take sleeping drugs. They are slow. They are not committed in their education. They're smoking. They are on crack. I'm telling you the truth. These are drugs that is addictive and destroys the brain. We are dealing with some in our rehab and we are wondering, Egbawa. And one of the doctors said, Ma, you don't even understand what is going on now in the north, in the east, that there are some particular hard drugs now that is turning the brain of all the youths in the east. In the east, they take it and they lose it. Do you know that recently there was this maybe crossover party that they had hundreds of youths there, young children, and they were all drunk, drenched on drugs. They assume that everything in their lives is perfect, but they are under the influence of drugs, chemically dependent, run away from home, and some of them are suicidal. Ìgbà yẹn náà máa tó sọ pé kí la gbé kí la jù kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ àti dáràn. That's when they see it. they become chemically addicted, sexually addicted, and eating disorder. Those are the ones that masturbate. You know, I have not been able to. I'm trusting. Please, for me. I have so much vision in my heart. I want to have a special meeting for young ones that masturbate. On this, my ministry phone alone, in the last 2 years, I've had over 1,000 youths, both male and female, that are sexually addicted to masturbation. And I don't want to just do it anyhow, because if I'm getting a professional help, they will collect money. That's why I want to help as much as I can and do a meeting, do a program for you guys, and let them come and teach you. Because you see them. They are high achievers. They are all over the place. What is the doctor? What is the professors? What the engineer, bankers? But they are having troubled marriages. Only new home, because they want home. And it is what you see that you can do. Then of course, they are lonely. They might have money, but they are lonely. These are the results. These are what you will see from a family that they are single parents. Incest wá kúnlẹ̀. Kí ni incest? Kẹ́gbọ́n máa bá àbúrò ṣe àjọṣepọ̀. Kábúrò máa bẹ́gbọ́n ṣe àjọṣepọ̀ in the same home. Because parents are separated. You just see them. Tó bá jí lóru kó kàn déédéé lọ wo yàrá wọn. Wàá rí mi tí ò wọ nǹkan tó máa kò wọ ṣọ́ọ̀tì mọ́. Ẹ̀gbọ́n ti lè wà lórí àbúrò, kábúrò wà lórí ẹ̀gbọ́n. These are the things that happens. So it is not you raising them that is making them to be like that. It's because daddy and mommy are not together. I will say this again. Emma Sukulori spilled milk. Some of you, there's nothing you can do. You have to separate. Some of you, there's nothing you can do. You have to raise your kids alone. Because the children are not even safe in an abusive relationship. Let me say this. If you are separated or divorced, and your husband beats you in the presence of your child, what is the essence? It's the same. So when you are separated, or your husband sleeps with every Dick, Dom, and Harry that is around, and you know that you are not saved, fẹ́ gbélé gbọ́fà, fẹ́ má ṣàgbèrè kó ní HIV, wàá wò pé ó better kí excuse ara mi. So I'm not giving anybody any blame, trying to make you feel bad about your life or what is happening to you now. No. My profession does not judge people. We can't make you bad. We can't make you feel bad. Pardon me. We cannot make you feel bad. What we are just saying in a simpler way, very simple, is that no matter the situation, no matter the circumstances, these are the things to expect. And how do we come out of it? Number one thing you must do, seek help. When it comes to dealing with issues like this, it is different stroke for different folks. Nǹkan tó jẹ́ kí wọ́n separate ó yàtọ̀ sí nǹkan tó jẹ́ kẹ́lòmíì separate. So a lè kó pọ̀. Ìbéèrè woman mo fẹ́ dáhùn yìí o. Now let me say this to us. We react to pain differently. Ẹlòmíì tí mọ́tò bá gbá a sáré o, a máa sáré lọ ẹmu. Ẹlòmíì tí trauma bá ṣẹlẹ̀ a kàn dédé máa sunkún. Ẹlòmíì á dákẹ́ kò ní sọ̀rọ̀. So when you are raising children from a broken home, either by, I've talked about death, or by conflict, especially by conflict, children react to pain differently. And children naturally think when mommy and daddy are fighting, it's my fault, because children are selfish naturally. They just assume, if I'm a good boy, daddy will stay. If I'm a good girl, mommy will not say she's going. If I'm a good girl, we will not be separated. They have a lot of questions that nobody is answering them. So you cannot say, this is family A, and this is how we're going to handle the trauma of separation or divorce with family D. It's not the same. So you need intervention. You need counseling. You need therapy. You need someone to help you to process the separation in your life and in the life of your children. Or else, most second, third marriages hardly works. Tó o bá yanjú eléyìí tó o pé nísìnyí máa wá show ẹ̀ pé mo fine, àwọn ọkùnrin náà wá mi, ṣé mi wá lè rọ́kọ ni, kí ló wà bí àmáríyàwó ẹ̀kọ́ ẹlẹ́kọ̀ọ́ lẹ́gbàá. You are wasting your time. You are lying to yourself. If you don't know how to manage it, you'll be shocked that you will have 4 children for 4 different men and nothing will work. God forbid. That is why you need to heal. If you hear me last Sunday, I said any form of trauma you need to heal. Then most men, when they are separated like that, bóyá wọ́n kọ́ mọ́lẹ̀ fún, àbí òun náà kọ́ mọ́lẹ̀, kíákíákíá another woman, pápápá ó ti ṣe white wedding, ó ti ṣe blue wedding. Oh, it's an accident that is about to happen. If you are separated, divorced, any form of separation, you need help to go into another one. And we cannot mop it up. Lè kó gbogbo èèyàn jọ ká sọ pé okay o oníkálùkù la máa mọ bí tí kíní yẹn gbòǹgbò kíní yẹn ti ṣẹlẹ̀. Now, the painful part of it is she's going to raise her children as a single parent. Those children are also damaged. Kí wá ní èrè ẹ gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọkùnrin? Kí ni èrè ẹ gẹ́gẹ́ bí obìnrin? Those children wọ́n dọ́mọ lówó, but take it or leave it. Their father figure is not there, is trouble. Ṣebí it was the son of the man that came out first on social media and told the world, their marriage is not working, they are just pretending. See life. I just wish, if you are listening to me today and you are not yet married, tó bá ti rí sign kan tí ò tẹ́ ẹ lọ́rùn, jápa. Don't go into that marriage. You are not just causing yourself harm, you are causing your children harm, and the children of your children. Must you continue like that? Irú ìfẹ́ wo ló fẹ́ fọ́ ẹ lójú tí marriage ò ní la ojú yẹn? People are warning you now. Don't go there. Ní ẹ kò matter. Ẹni tán torí ẹ̀ náà mi pa ni wọ́n padà fẹ́. You are just killing yourself and killing your future, killing your joy. Look at her now. And specifically, I told her, I said, if you want to remarry, don't marry now. Because the other one was fresh. Ṣé ajá ni, even a dog feels the impact of a beating. Tí wọ́n bá kick ajá, ṣé kò ní mọ̀ pọ̀ kick òun ni? A ṣe wá asá lọ. Kò ní tètè padà sọ́dọ̀ ẹ̀. How do you want to go through the trauma of separation from a man that everybody knew? It was on social media, it was everywhere, that you separated from your first marriage, now you are kicking into the second one? Who does that? It doesn't work that way. 14 invincible people are going into marriage. 14 that you don't see are already going into that marriage. So you want to block the hole and fix it? It can't be fixed. Get an intervention from a professional. Seek help. Put yourself together and tell yourself, láyé, I'm not marrying another person. I'm not going into marriage with anybody until I'm done with therapy. And of course, when you do that, you are sure that at least it will be better. Ẹ jẹ́ n sọ nǹkan kan fún wa lẹ́ni iṣẹ́ rí. Tá bá ti sọ̀rọ̀ therapy, tá ń sọ̀rọ̀ working on yourself, especially after divorce. Tá bá ti ń sọ lọ bẹ́yẹn, just tell yourself, nǹkan tó bá gbà ni máa fi fún. Mi ò bẹ́ wọnú marriage kankan mọ́. If you jump in, you will jump out. I'm not jumping in. I will take my time. That's your resolve from today. Whether you're a man or a woman, my resolve is I will take my time. I will learn from my mistakes. I will grow. I would do counseling. I will do therapy. I will let a professional help me to screen that new relationship. Somebody ti sọ fún ẹ pé kò sọ́nà ńbẹ̀, wàá jáwọ́. A broken marriage is better than a broken heart. A broken marriage is better than a broken home. A broken marriage is better than a broken children. Please, don't break your life. Don't break the life of your children. Don't break your joy and happiness. You can be happy by being single. It's better to be single than to be married and be in hell in marriage. When anything happens in your former marriage, work on it. Do something to it. Let's start anew. Let's start afresh. Tí ẹṣin bá gbéyàn ṣubú èèyàn máa ń tún gùn ni. But téèyàn bá wá mọ̀ bó tún ṣe ń gẹṣin, wà tún wá tún gùn, á tún gbé ẹ ṣubú. Tólúwẹ̀ bá lóun máa lè rìn mọ́, ó lè kàn lẹ́sẹ̀ o. Ó dẹ̀ lè ṣẹ́ lọ́rùn. So, future tells you, everything tells you, you cannot afford to be insensitive to your need because of pressure. Má jẹ́ kí anybody tètè tiẹ̀ sí marriage mi. Ìtìkùtì náà ń tiẹ̀ sí yẹn. That is extremely important. Not only you now need help, your child needs help. You have a lot of answers you have to give to that child. You have to answer some questions that is bothering that child. And that child will never ask you a question personally. Because kò ní fẹ́ máa tún bá yín lọ́kàn jẹ́ is a professional that the child would have to ask. And the child that is asking questions must trust the person is asking questions from. And that is why in counseling, in therapy, we have an oath of confidentiality. We are saying that whatever you tell us dies with us. That is number one thing. Because nobody wants to open herself to public and everybody see the private parts in the public. No. So the painful part of it is when you have children like that and this is not done thoroughly and it's not well addressed. Two things. Don't trust. Don't talk. Don't feel. Then you start noticing attitude. Now this woman is concerned. How do I raise my children? Now I'm a single parent. Yes, she has a desire. But if she's not close to her child or gets a therapy or a counselor for the child to open up when a child is going through the normal teething period of a teenager, peer pressure. Ọ̀rẹ́ mi lọ party, mo fẹ́ lọ. Ọ̀rẹ́ mi wọṣọ kan, mo fẹ́ lọ. Bàtà mi já, mọ́mí ò lówó tó máa fi rà. Ọ̀rẹ́ mi dẹ̀ ní òun ní boyfriend tó máa ra bàtà fóun tóun á máa wọ̀ ló bá tán. Á wá dàbí pé èèyàn ò ṣe nǹkan kan. I just want to talk to people that are raising their kids alone. Your labor will not be in vain. But you have to sabi ológun. You play the games by the rule. And the rules is those children must be properly mentored by a professional. Proper mentoring. Kò ń ṣeré ọmọdé. They must have a confidence. They must have somebody they will tell how they are feeling, things that is going on, what is going on in their minds. They will have to speak up. If they are not speaking out, they are not speaking up, they are going to be dying inside. So gbogbo àwọn ọmọ tẹ́ rí lọ́dọ̀ yín yẹn, àwọn ọmọ yín tẹ́ ń dá raise, àwọn ìwà tẹ́ rí lára wọn, result ẹ̀ lélẹ́yìí o. Kì í ṣe pé wọ́n fẹ́ ṣọmọ burúkú, kì í ṣe pé wọ́n fẹ́ ṣe dáadáa, but because the pressure is much on them, having to see you pain and suffer. Daddy agbóúnjẹ wá, mommy, daddy ló máa dáná, wọ́n máa ṣe gbogbo ẹ̀. Mo ní peer pressure, mi ní lè sọ nǹkan táwọn ọ̀rẹ́ mi ṣe sí mi school. Àwọn míì tẹ̀lé máa fi bú wọn pé kí ni ìwọ tí daddy àti mommy ẹ ti separate. You know children, there's nothing they cannot say. Wọ́n tẹ̀lé máa fi bú ara bú wọn and they can't come home and talk. So they are in pain. Please consider them. And mama, daddy, ẹ jọ̀ọ́ nítorí Ọlọ́run, when you are separated with your spouse, don't transfer aggression on your children. Don't say, orí nǹkan tí bàbá yín ṣe, nǹkan tí màmá yín ṣe, aṣẹ́wó ni ìyá yín o, aṣẹ́wó ni bàbá yín. Please, they have enough. Those are the things you should not do. Mo sọ fún yín pé mi lè parí ẹ̀ lọ́sẹ̀, màá tún continue next week. I have to do these 3 episodes to answer these special people with their burdens, because listen to me, it's a burden. It's a burden in the heart of every single parent. You cannot suffer this far and still not enjoy your children. And let me say this, send them to America, send them to London, send them to Canada to read and become whatever you want them to become. If they are not emotionally healthy, they are not healthy. Emotional wellness is wholeness. It is emotional wellness that makes a child to make right decision when it comes to choice of marriage, to make that right decision in association, to make right decisions in relationships. It is emotional intelligence, emotional balancing that takes them there. The main college of ministry, we are resuming by the grace of God on the 13th of August 2022. Register. There's so much. Kékeré ni tí mò ń sọ yìí o. There's so much to take in as a man. Orí la fi mẹ́ran láwo. Abiola said if you want to check whether a fish is good, check the head. There's no much impact and input you put into your life as a man that your children and the children of your children will not benefit from. So it's an investment that you have to put in your life. By joining me on the 13th of August 2022, if you are ready to join the Men College of Ministry, send me a text, voice note or WhatsApp. I'll give you the detailed information how to register. We are not giving out the venue until people have registered. That's the way we do our own registration. And let me say this, distance is not a barrier. Wherever you're listening or watching from or listening to me from is not a problem. We can always agree on Zoom. I will get the best of the best of the best for ourselves. On behalf of Dr. Nkaju Elaifele and all the wonderful team of Fresh FM family, I want to say a very big thank you to all our listeners today. Thank you, Pelumi, for being so consistent. I appreciate you so dearly. My name is Olufunke Adetuberu. Don't forget, follow me on Instagram. My handle is Funke Adetuberu. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Funke Adetuberu is my handle. If you are bothered about anything, you want me to counsel you, you want therapy, send a text to this number. Please don't call. Text, voice note, or WhatsApp is also my WhatsApp number. The number is 080-232-42389. I appreciate you so dearly. I'll see you next week.